Scripture tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. This is the influence of unclean spirits, and this influence and interference are called spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare can be subtle, especially for the spiritually dead. Oftentimes, the battlefield is perception, discernment, and the inability to distinguish truth from deception. Spiritual warfare encompasses all warfare, whether it be psychological warfare and the battle for the mind, or biological warfare and the battle for your health, or lawfare, which we will discuss at a later date, and the battle for your freedom. Spiritual warfare is the battle for the heart, the epicenter of woman and man, the place where all the issues of life flow from. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, gates into the human soul. Through lawlessness, legalism, pride, unprocessed trauma, fear, and the like, spiritual warfare can corrupt the heart, turning the pound of flesh into stone and cutting you off spiritually, at least to the light side of spirituality. But that is all at the individual level. The principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places want the hearts of the masses. They want the collective to be stony-hearted, to not have ears to hear the deception, to not have the eyes to perceive the truth. But going back to lawlessness and legalism for a second, this inability people have to be balanced and harmonious is spiritual warfare. Even at the secular level, the liberal versus conservative dichotomy is spiritual warfare. It keeps the masses at war with each other and not the system. And what do you think happens when, through this manufactured warfare, the masses are put into a constant state of fight or flight? Well, just about every healing system knows that disease is caused by a loss of vitality through toxemia, be it physical, emotional, or spiritual toxemia. Vitality is an intelligent, invisible, animating life force that keeps the body ordered, clean, and self-healing. Toxemia is the state of self-poisoning. Some thinkers, such as Dr. Africa, described a kind of spiritual toxemia, a condition where corruption accumulates until it affects how people think, perceive, and live. Yet there is one system that has gone completely rogue: Western conventional medicine. Western medicine relies on science, which cannot prove or disprove this vital force. So it must compensate for its shortcomings by insisting that the human body is a machine. When people or a system cannot connect with an idea spiritually or intuitively, they must rely on materialism, scientism, or hyper-rationalism. Think about it. When you are a quiet person or selective with who you socialize with and open up to, some people can't cope. So they make up lies about you in their head and even out loud. She is stuck up, or he thinks he's too good for us. Likewise, religion does the same thing. Whether it be church theatrics, hyper-emotional music, or its reliance on theology. Theology is to revelation what conventional Western medicine is to the vital force. When people lose the capacity for a direct, living, intuitive experience, they immediately build a rigid intellectual system to replace it. They swap the fire for a textbook about fire. And that is textbook cope. Unhealthy influences do not stay external. They eventually become internal. What you lend your eyes, ears, and heart to becomes you and receives your worship. Whoever receives your worship receives your allegiance. Breaking down and exposing the system as a whole is important. The adversary has blinded the minds of the masses, and at every turn, they are cornered. In the system, the healing is fake, the reality is fabricated, times and seasons are altered, and true freedom is scarce. This whole life is spiritual warfare. The beast wants forced worship, and the beast is already getting it. The goal is power and the desire to be able to lord over the hearts of the masses. The goal is fulfilled because the masses value the beast and the beast system. And where your treasure is, there your heart is also. This is spiritual warfare, the battle for the heart.